Hey guys, this is Mike from B Tech Reviews here, and today we take a look at and unbox another Nintendo DS from Goodwill. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to do another unboxing. So if you guys have been following my channel, first of all, thank you for subscribing and following along on this Goodwill purchase journey, right? You know, again, for those of you who haven't been following me, I've been buying some older Nintendo consoles off of Goodwill because you can actually get a good deal depending. The only caveat is that some of these items are untested, so you know, just be wary if you guys do shopgoodwill.com or if you download the app, right? Just make sure that you guys are reading all of the details specifically. So today, again, we are unboxing another item here. Today it will be another Nintendo DS, and just so you guys can see, okay, that's the original address. It says G something. It's a Goodwill though. I don't know why it's not saying Goodwill on top. That's kind of interesting. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this unboxed. They did seem to box it pretty okay-ish. I don't know. I guess we'll start on this side and then we'll get it going. But again, guys, I think again, this is another item that I know I paid under $30 for, and Nintendo, especially older retro Nintendo stuff, is getting more and more expensive, guys. Like especially Game Boy stuff. You know what I mean? Anything Game Boy, anything Nintendo, like from like basically the 90s and on, you're gonna get some pretty pricey stuff, even in like really bad condition. So first of all, wow, they did an amazing they did an amazing job packing this up. So here's the actual item itself, and I believe that's it. I don't think there's anything else in here. Let's just verify. Yeah, so there's nothing else in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put the box aside, guys, as much as you guys I know want to see the box. And there is the Nintendo DS Lite from my last video, guys. It's sitting there up on the mount. So let's go ahead and get this unpacked here. Hopefully they didn't put too much tape. It doesn't look like they did. And the cool part is I'm actually recycling all of this material that they have here. So again, this is going to be another black Nintendo DS, except this is a DS Lite, and I can tell you one thing: this one is in much cleaner condition than the other one that I purchased, which is this one over here. And we'll compare the two. Let me go ahead and put the packaging aside here, guys, and I will you know, clean this one up a little bit. Also, I will bust out my trusty Equate cotton rounds, not sponsored by Walmart, by the way. But let's take a look at this all the way around. So as you can see here, like, it's got some nice triggers on top. It is a little bit dusty from the looks of it, but nothing too crazy. No major damage as far as that I can see. A little bit of a scratching here on the bottom. Nothing too crazy. You know, again, you got that top port up here, and you have the little portion on the bottom where you can bust out. And the reason why I bought this is because it plays Game Boy Advance games also, so I do plan to possibly collect Game Boy Advance games in the future. Or what I want to do also is I want to buy one of those like those 501 game little discs that you can put in, and it basically, without homebrewing these things, you can get them. Ooh, so let's just take a look at this, guys. So I want to say this is a cover, so it looks super scratched up, but if you go up here, this is actually a cover, guys. So when I bought this, I was like very skeptical because I was like, oh, this looks ugly, you know what I mean? But this is just a protector, guys. Look, that's all it is. Look, and let's peel it off. I can literally peel it off. I guess whoever had it, I don't know how it looks underneath this. Probably not as good, but you can see whatever game they were playing, they noticed that, oh, it started to get kind of nasty, I guess. And I hope I can just clean that off, guys. But literally, whoever owned this was just a screen protector. It's a little bit dirty. Let me go ahead and I'm literally gonna throw this away just because. But going to the front of the console here, it looks relatively nice, and it is a DS Lite, right? So a little bit smaller than the originals, and this is pre-Nintendo. You know, 3DS is when they started making the screens bigger. So let's just kind of compare screen sizes here from the Nintendo DSi to the XL. So definitely they are about the same. I thought the DSi was a little bit bigger, but and if you look exactly at them, it does look a little bit bigger to me, but most likely they're the same screen size. I am going to try to replace the screen, the touch screen on this. It's going to be another little project that I try doing, right? Just because, again, this one's pretty nasty. I mean, the shell on this is pretty nasty, so I don't know if I should get a little cover for it or something. But anyways, let's just see if this one turns on. I'm just going to go right to it, and I remember the power button being on the side on these older ones. Looks like it needs some battery. Beautiful. So I don't know where the volume is. Volume is on the bottom. There we go. So it says, before you begin, you must adjust system settings. Please touch. So the cool part about this one is it actually does come with a stylus, guys. So pretty cool about that. And it probably does need a battery. So again, it's going to ask me for my nickname. Let's go ahead and put, and I actually have the stylus this time. Guys, you don't know how blind you are until you actually try using one of these. The keyboard on these is so bad, by the way. BTech username saved. So, and I'm gonna close it up, and I'm gonna clean it up a little bit also. Let's go with the blue, maybe. Yeah, I'll go with that blue. That's nice. Color settings saved. Oh, check this out. So look at that. I don't recall the Nintendo DS coming out in 2000, that's for sure. I remember this actually coming out closer towards the end of when I was like maybe in high school. So I would say maybe around 2000, between 2002 and 2005 is when the original DS came out, or the original DS, and of course the DS Lite came out a few years later, which, let's see, it is June, and and I like that it gives you the option here. It's June the 28th. Good thing I have my trusty Samsung A54 here in the background to tell me the time, guys. We'll leave that there, which I have a few more videos coming up on that, but I am taking a vacation soon, and it is, oh my gosh, it's 2023. Let's see if you can just keep it tapped. Yep, you can just keep it tapped. So far the screens are looking pretty good. I'm not seeing anything like too crazy with it. It does need a little bit of a cleaning though. And again, guys, if you guys are looking for something inexpensive, right, definitely let's see, hour, minute, it is about 4:58 on my time. You want to check shopgoodwill.com, because again, eBay tends to inflate some of the prices, some of the sellers there. Oh, it's asking me for my birthday. Okay, well, there we go. For those of you guys who want to cash at me, in the description below, my stuff already passed through. My birthday already passed, so shout out to anyone that is willing to do that. In order for the new settings to take a tap, you must restart. So I'm going to let it restart. This does look like it needs a charge, by the way, so I'm going to let it turn off for now. And again, I want to see if I can actually like clean that little screen here. So again, I'm going to bust out the cotton rounds. I don't know. This is a very good condition DS Lite, guys. I'm not a fan of I'm really not too much of a fan of the color black, but black is black. It is sleek to some degree. Let me see if I can pour a couple of we're running out of alcohol here, guys, so just a heads up. So let's go ahead and and the reason why I use ISO alcohol, guys, is because it does clean and disinfect also at the same time, and it dries up relatively quick, so it's actually moderately safe to use on a lot of electronic components as well. So try not to get anything too crazy over here. Again, this is an old console, guys. This is a very old, but it still holds up today. For anyone that is trying to use one of these in 2023, definitely if you have a collection of games. Yes, most of the stuff on the Nintendo Switch is going to be a lot better, but not everyone wants to carry around a Nintendo Switch either. These were very pocketable back in the day, and I like the fact that this one has its serial number opposed to the other one. Like, I don't know what happened to the other one. It looks like the serial number on the DSA got ripped off. And again, no stylus, but I will show you a stylus and charger kind of option here that we can look at right now, guys. Let me go ahead and try to wipe some of that off here. I mean, for the most part, guys, it's clean though. Like, this is a clean console. And again, I'm hoping that this comes off. I don't know if that's stain from smacking around. I think so. I think that's going to stay as far as the actual whatever they had, by the way, that little screen protector, it actually left like some sort of like imprint. So I don't know what was going on. Whatever game they were playing, though, like the fact that they kept stabbing in the same spot, because you can tell they were stabbing in the same spot, that it's not very helpful there. But let's go ahead and clean the controls here. And the red light is indicating that it probably needs a good charge, so I'm gonna, and I don't know, it looks like it like at first it looks like it wants to come off, and then it doesn't want to come off, guys. So I don't know, you know, but I do see that there's touchscreen replacements on Amazon that you can get for like 10-15 bucks. So I might, you know, go the route of trying to do that. Now, of course, I think there might be like a local video game guy that does that where I live also, but you know, me being a tech guy, for people that, you know, are interested, right, you know, I definitely maybe want to make some tutorials on how to do these things, right, and to make them look, you know, okay, I guess. But here, again, we're just trying to get any type of dirt or grime off, guys. I'm not trying to super detail clean it, but you know, it is scratched, right? That's the crappy part about having like a piano black version of these. Like, I think eventually they made like kind of matte looking versions of these, but you know, these things were prone to being fingerprint magnets back in the day, and that still holds true to 2023. I was never a fan of anything piano black, right? Unfortunately, but you know, again, it is what it is. And again, this should dry off pretty quickly. You know, but anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get that turned back on here. I might have to get another cotton swab to dry the rest of the stuff off. But you know, again, guys, thanks again for tuning in. You know, this is my channel. I usually do phone stuff, right? For those of you guys who are new to the channel, see that's like a scratch now from what I'm seeing here, because that's not coming off. But again, it's relatively not that bad. Like once the screen's on, you really can't tell. And again, I'm not sure if I can kind of get that in the reflection there. You can kind of see it right there, but you know, it's really not that bad considering like for someone that just wants to casually play. Like, you know, again, these were bought off Goodwill. I can't believe people are just donating these. Like, you know, I'm gonna assume that, you know, some of these that are donated, people are just going off to college. You know, the Gen Zers that were born in like the early 2000s. You know, 2005 and up, right? Basically, you know, their parents, you know, just wanting to get rid of their stuff. They're like, oh, they moved out. We don't need all this stuff here anymore. So let's just, and I'm trying to clean the screen as best as I can, guys, because I feel like that can just be cleaned off. But, you know, I do have like some sort of like ammonia-free screen cleaner or like a glass cleaner, but I don't think I'm going to use that. Anyways, guys, you know, going back, this is still pretty clean considering. And you know, it's very playable. Just from the looks of it, it's still very playable. So let's go ahead and turn this on again. Beautiful. And I don't have a Game Boy Advance game to test out. I did buy one off Goodwill that I'm probably receiving soon. I think you got to tap the screen, guys. You got to tap the screen to continue. Look at that. Look at that. So definitely not an OLED screen. You know, these are very old school little LCD screens. So even if you just move away just a little bit, you know, your viewing angle is going to kind of get messed up, right? So, but look at that. You know, it has Picto Chat. It has download play, right? It says there's no game discs in here. So let me go ahead and grab the game that my friend lent me, and then we're gonna test the top portion out of this. Okay, guys, just so you guys can see here, the game that my friend lent me is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I haven't played it yet, but I will be going on a road trip soon, so I might take this along with me. So let's go ahead and put that game in. Let's see if it reads it. It says there is no SD card inserted, so I don't know if it's old school. Ooh, I might have lost power. I think I might have lost power, guys. Uh-oh. Okay, let's put a little bit of charge on this. Oh, and also to charge this, I did buy a charging brick from Amazon, right? Just and I'll leave the link for you guys below. That, you know, if you guys end up buying like a used DS or DSi, whatever, they do sell relatively cheap charging bricks. And this one actually came with like a bunch of styluses, by the way. as well. So like it came with all the different colors, I guess, of the console itself, right? So like, let's say, I don't know if this, I don't know if this one will fit specifically. Hold on, the little tip fell off, which is sad. That just shows you how good these are made, honestly. But anyways, these are retractable. Apparently, you can make them like bigger and smaller. Let's see if they're actually made to go inside like the actual little slot here. Just because I'm not 100% sure. You know, I've never purchased this item before, but you know, for the DSi, probably not. You know, these are just generic little. I guess generic little. Oh, okay. I guess it did. Yeah, you kind of have to force it in. Okay, so I guess it does go in, and it does like stick out right there. So again, if you guys are looking for a stylus replacement, just to give you guys an example, right? Let's turn this one on really quick. You know, again, it came with 4. I'll use the black one here. You know, they do work, right? So just a heads up there. Pretty interesting though. We'll see how that goes. But let me go ahead and turn that one off now. You guys can see my pretty face there. For those that like the retro stuff there. But I have the OG stylus on this. And again, I did order a charging brick because the one that I have with the other Game Boy, I don't know if it's working too good, even though this is an OEM one over here. I think the connector on it, the main connector, is kind of messed up. So I did buy a I guess a generic one. I don't know. I'm hoping this one fits. Actually, you know, this one does not fit on the DSi. OMG, this video might be a fail video. Hold on, let me check the other one. Okay, this one doesn't look like it's gonna fit either, honestly. That's because this one said it was compatible with with. Well, okay, this is just too funny, guys. This is gonna be a fail video right here because I don't have a charger for this. This is hilarious. This one at first glance does look like it fits, but it doesn't really look like it's gonna fit. And again, the 2 connectors look pretty identical, so definitely something I'm gonna have to look into, guys. This we're gonna have to kind of skip forward to when I actually get a charger for this to see if the game actually works, because I don't have a charger for this, guys, and I don't know of any local game shops that sell any. Most of the stuff I get is off Amazon, and this would have been perfect if that wasn't messed up, honestly. Like, I could have dealt with that little scratch on top, but again, we're saving this video, I guess, until I come back from vacation. We'll see how that goes. But again, guys, let's fast forward until we get the charger. All right, guys, so here we are a week later, and I went on vacation, and the correct charger came in for this, so I was actually able to charge this actual device. So let's go ahead and turn it back on here. So definitely, again, we know that it came with the stylus. This specific DS, again, I was going to try out that DS game, but while I was on vacation, I actually got another package from Goodwill that I forgot I had ordered. It was actually one, if I can get this open for you guys. Let's see if I can expand this really quick. There you go. Let's push that back. So I did order a Nintendo Game Boy Advance game, which, if you guys can kind of see there, it's a Crash Bandicoot game. Haven't played this game in many years. It looks like it was probably sold from GameStop, probably towards the end of its life cycle. You can see a price tag there. It looks like it was probably under $10. It says $8.99. So wherever this sold, you know, definitely, who knows? But I'm not 100% sure if this will work, because again, the Game Boy Advance games, and I'm not sure if it works like DS where you just put it in and it'll work. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. Let's see. I think you have to put them in upside down. And with the Nintendo DS Lites, these actually stick out a little bit. Unfortunately, if the original Nintendo DSs, they didn't. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Let's see if it picks it up. I don't know. There's no game inserted into the Game Boy Advance. That's not good. That means that either that portion is not working, or what, or maybe I just didn't plug it in all the way. Let's try this again. Hold on. And again, I do have the other game. Let's try to see. Let's go old school and let's blow into it, because that's how we did it back in the day. That, or I put it in wrong, but I don't think I put it in wrong. It went in the right way. So let's try this again. see if it picks it up. I might have to get some alcohol and with a swab and just kind of punch it in there also a little bit, guys, just because, again, sometimes I know they are dirty. So it says there is no Game Boy Advance game certed, and again, you can kind of see there that that could be a problem if someone wants to play GBA games, right? Obviously, I bought this used, so from Goodwill, so I did not know if it was fully functioning right. You know, they just say in their descriptions that the item power's on, but in this case, you know, again, it's not picking up the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off. Let's go ahead and turn it off really quick. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get a swab here. I have like a little thing already ready, and I'm just gonna get a little bit of iso alcohol, guys. Pour just a little bit in there, just enough to get the tip wet, so I can rub that on the inside here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Again, guys, you know, iso alcohol, it does dry up pretty quickly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna throw that in there, and as you can see there, it is kind of dirty and dingy. So it looks like maybe that could have been the reason why this wasn't working. I mean, I can't 100% tell you if that was the reason, but you know, in this case, you know, I'm just gonna do my best to try to get this to work. You know, again, I'm not okay. And let's see if there's any type of like warping. There is some sort of like little bend right there. I don't know if that, again, affects the actual game cartridge itself. It does look kind of dirty, guys, honestly. I'm trying to just, I'm using the other end to kind of dry it off now. But again, I don't know. We'll see. Let's try. Let's try, guys. I don't know. You know. Failure after failure after failure. Oh, so still nothing on my end. But you guys also know that it could be the inside of that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blow some compressed air. I don't think it's the inside of this though, because this looks like, to be honest, this looks barely used, guys. Like, if I could be 100% honest, this looks barely used as far as that goes, and I can still see a little bit of kind of like dust or something in there. Let me see if I can pull that out. It looks kind of like probably a piece from the actual you know, cotton swab that I was using, right? So, and you know, again, before I tried the actual Nintendo DS game, you know, again, I bought this without, maybe I'm just not punching it in all the way. I feel like I'm not, but we'll see, I guess. I don't know. It's been a while. Oh, there you go. There you go. So I don't know exactly. I do not know exactly what was going on there. Let's see if I can. Volume's all the way up. So pretty awesome. This is an old game. It says press Crash Bandicoot Advance, press start, new game. So the game actually works. I'm kind of stoked about that. I might actually go into the settings and see if I can switch to the top, or at least switch the DS screen to the top, just because. But that's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Let's turn it off and let's pull it out. I'm hoping that it turns back on. I know there's a setting to where you can actually change the actual Nintendo DS. Let's see. Can we go to DS download play? Let's go to the settings here. Settings. Here we go. Game Boy Advance. So you can actually change it to change from the bottom screen to the top screen. So set to the top screen. Okay. So let's go home here. It says the system will now shut off. So let's go ahead and put this back in. And again, let's see if this works again, but with it on top now. There you go. Woo! I'm excited, guys. So we know this. We know it works, guys. And for the most part, this is an extremely clean, you know, system. Again, whoever had this had a screen protector on, and whatever game they were playing, they were just literally stabbing. They were just stabbing that portion of the screen, guys. Let's go ahead and just put new game. Let's just see if we can just go right into it really quick so that you guys can see. Guys, I can't read any of that, by the way. Like, my eyesight has gotten so bad. And this is more of a, like, a side-scroller game. I thought this was going to be more of a 3D-based game because, again, it is the Game Boy Advance game. It is a 32-bit system that we have here, guys. But for the most part, you know, I think I remember, I think I had this game originally when I was a kid. I had this, and I had Mario Kart, and I had maybe a few other games like Super Mario World Advance. You know, both games were cool. I didn't have a lot of Nintendo Game Boy Advance games, though, surprisingly, even though the system was pretty okay back in the day. Like, I don't recall having, and again, guys, I'm literally having to, like, I can barely see here, guys, so I'm actually, like, looking at my recording screen here just because, but this is pretty cool. Very nostalgic, guys. Let's see, do I go in there? Okay, was that the end of the stage? Or maybe that was just... But yeah, this is pretty cool, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, if you're into nostalgia games, now I think you can buy stuff on Amazon where you can just literally, like, insert, like, a SD card. I think there is an SD card slot here, or maybe that was my Nintendo DSi in the back, where you can pretty much just buy, like, an all-in-one gaming thing where it has, like, just a bunch of preloaded ROMs. And I'm thinking about getting that just so I can show you guys that on the channel. Ooh, how do I get past this? Let's see. I don't know how to jump past this, guys. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I guess I have to double jump. He has a double jump. Who knew? But anyways, guys, you know, again, thanks for watching these old school retro, you know, game console unboxings. I really appreciate it. Again, if you guys, you know, want to start collecting, and, you know, you don't want to go to local flea markets or, you know, garage sales in your area, because, again, sometimes, you know, it's a hit or miss on a lot of those things also. Or if you decide you want to go with the local, you know, Facebook Marketplace, or maybe apps like OfferUp, then you can definitely check that out also. But, you know, Shop Goodwill is definitely a good way also to check out the you know, the actual stuff itself. So again, guys, this is Mike from BTech Review signing off again. I will post up the link on the correct charger that I ordered. This isn't it. This is the one that didn't work, but I ordered one from Amazon. It was like $8 or $9, and I'll go ahead and post up the links on all the stuff that I'm buying for these classic systems, guys, just because. And again, you can just close it up if I want to close it up and then turn it back on. I think the newer versions, they wouldn't keep playing the game. It would actually put the game in idle. I think that was like the 3DS maybe, or maybe that's just DS games in general. But like with these old school Game Boy Advance games, it doesn't look like it. But anyways, guys, I'll go ahead and post up any links. And again, smash the like button if you guys like the video. Check out the channel. Check out the other videos that I have. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks again.